Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning on Victory Monday. The Miami Dolphins are now 2-0. I'm Rob Mosley, aka Dolphins Thirsty. I'm not going to blab a whole bunch of time because I only got a short time with my man Justin. He's, as you can see, he's out and about. He's getting his oil changed on his car. So, Justin, what are your thoughts before you have to run on the Miami Dolphins 24-17 victory last night in prime time?
It was a good game, like if there's one thing I can take away from the game that stood out in my mind was the offensive line played one hell of a game. Only allowed one sack on our quarterback. They allowed him to rush the football for a good amount of yards, plus yards per carry each was really nice. They were gaining good chunk plays. I really liked the play calling that was going down last night. Mike McDaniel was just dialing them up, man. Really inventive play calls. Like you see these speed motions and these condensed splits, and then they'll send a guy in motion and it'll take the defense all out of their lanes. It really opens things up. He did one last night that he disguised it where he made it look like it was going to be like a screen option out to Tyreek, but it ended up underneath it. He ended up throwing it back underneath it to like a tunnel screen to Waddle that almost hit the house. And I was
I
like,
know
oh
that
my
was
God.
I thought the same thing, Justin. That was a beautiful play design.
What a play call, because the play call before that set up that play call. So I was like, I just thought it was really good game by Mike McDaniel. He's getting better and better at what he's doing.
And you can see he's getting a little confidence, just the way he carries himself, and
Oh
just
yeah.
he's having fun out there. And then you look on the other sideline, and Belichick is throwing the challenge flag down on the field and complaining, and so it's fun to see a little fun coming from our side. It,
Yeah.
I just thought it was that play you said I was gonna bring that game. I marked that play down when I was watching the game because last week they showed Tyreek going in motion all the time and they threw it to him. They said, "Oh, everyone's gonna be they're all gonna be looking at Tyreek going in motion," and they just got Waddle in there, and that was like so perfect.
Yeah, it was. It was nice. Another thing I noticed is the defensive line played a really good game.
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips, but they certainly played a great game. Chubb had an impact on the game numerous times, pushed back his linemen on one-on-ones and got into the backfield, had a sack, had the trail position from the trail play where he caused the forced fumble on the running back. Great
Yeah.
play, all hustle right there. It
Yeah.
was nice.
No, it was. Hey, Scotty. Yes, I'll give you. Scotty's giving himself kudos, but I will give him kudos. So, Thirsty, on your channel, I called hand would be elevated. Yes, you did. Belichick would bracket Hill and keep a safety over the top, and our
That's
RB and underneath to be open all night. Yes, you called all that. Hey, but Scotty, if you remember, I said the score would be 24-17. I actually nailed the score on the
oh,
head, which is a lucky guess, obviously, or I'd be rolling in big time in Vegas. But hey, at least for 1 week, I look like a genius. 24-17. So, but good job, Scotty. You always bring the material. Evan and I kept on telling you last week you were on a roll. You were on a roll last week, Scotty. So, I mean, Justin and I keep on telling you last week you were on a roll. So, it's funny. The reason I think about Evan's going to be so mad because he's so on Sanders. I know that he's not going to be happy with the Sanders. Even in the win last night. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you.
oh
Hey,
yeah.
but
I'm sure Evans pounding for Jason Sanders to be right out of town after the missed long field goal.
yeah,
He just kind of pulled it. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple things that they need to clean up. Obviously, it wasn't the perfect game. But, dude, we did have a great improvement from the last game to this game on the defensive front. They weren't running the ball at will.
yeah.
We made a conservative effort to stop the run. David Long Jr., man, you played a way better game.
No,
Way
yep,
better.
he did. Van Ginkel showed up when
Oh my
he
God. Yeah, Andrew Van Ginkel played one
he
hell.
needs edge time. He needs to get in. He needs to be in that rotation.
Yeah,
I
he doesn't
know
have big.
Scotty's Jalen Phillips wasn't there, but he stepped up. And I'm sure Scotty's boy Jalen Phillips would have got some numbers last night if he would have been there. But Van Ginkel filled in nicely when he was given those opportunities, and he stepped up to the plate and he played well. He made some game-changing plays, like you said. Chubb made some game, and then it was just a better. You know what I liked about this 2-0? Because last week we won airing it out, not much defense, not much sticking to the running game. We won that style, throwing the ball. Last night we won more of a defensive battle, running the football, just playing, good fundamental football, and we won that way. So we can win games. This shows that we can win like with the what we're given, the chips that they give us. We're saying, okay, you're going to give us these chips. We're going to somehow win with these chips, and they did.
No,
So
they did. They did their thing last night. They played well. That's from the player standpoint and a coaching staff overall. Everything kind of went really good last night. Um, there's some things, like I said, they need to clean up a little bit, but the run fits were improved from last week to this week. It looked a lot better. Fangio's defense is legit. I noticed this: the Dolphins' defense was a lot faster. They were playing faster last night. They were playing more aggressive. They're finishing up tackles. It looked really good. The defense looked aggressive. It's what we want. Obviously, we'd like to see some more turnovers. Andrew Van Ginkel got robbed. I don't know about you guys on that. They called it an incomplete pass.
yeah, I know.
Almost looked like an instant replay of when Brock Purdy got hit in the NFC Championship game, and right before his hand went forward, he was hit honestly by Andrew Van Ginkel. It should have been a sack, strip, fumble, touchdown for the Dolphins. That's what that
Yeah.
should have been, but they didn't call it like that on the
I
field.
know. It's just nowadays they call that incomplete almost all the time. It's just I don't know. It's ever since the tuck rule, they've changed that. It's just like, but yeah, in the old days when you used to watch and the quarterback, unless he's really throwing it, but they said, oh, his hand was on it and whatever. But it is what it is. We won. There were some because I know Belichick think, oh, we got a couple lucky calls at the end when he's all mad, but one of their touchdowns came.
Oh,
I mean, Henry
yeah,
was
that guy
basically
was
blocking
deep
like a
down the
run.
field by
He's
like three.
blocking down the line. He's blocking down the line, and he goes in and catches the damn touchdown.
Oh, but we'll
You
just
know,
forget about that, and we'll not look at those.
I know, that's what I was saying, so that's why it's funny, so it's just like he can because, yeah, maybe we got a little gift when they hit Waddle, and we got an extra, we were able to burn a little more time off the clock, but really, that's the only one that went the Dolphins' way, because I don't care, the 4th down play, yes, it was close, and yes, they had to go to instant replay, but instant replay clearly got it right. The guy's knee and elbow was down before the 1st down marker, end of game. End of story. Dolphins are 2-0. So,
That's
yeah.
exactly right. I mean, that's how it works out. That's football. Sometimes it's a game of inches. They just got to keep playing and keep playing for the wins like they are. Um, I really like the play calling. The play calling is what made the day for me, made the night. Obviously, getting the win is what really counts. But, like the play calling is getting better, meaning we're
Oh, no,
able
it is.
to up.
It is. I agree. And he stuck with the running game. Yes, I know fans, we want that 300 yards passing and multiple touchdown passes every single week from him but to win, you can't always count on that, and you got to have different ways to win a game. And he said it just last week. I mean, McDaniel himself just wasn't quite 10-3, but he did say some weeks you're going to have to win with defense, some weeks you're going to have to win with offense. And the very next week, it was more of a defensive battle. Yeah, there's some things that we can clean up because in the second half, it just never felt like we got in the flow. But Belichick's good at that. He saw what we were doing, so he took that away, and we struggled a little more getting points. But it is what it is. And if Sanders makes that one field goal, it's not even a game at the end. It's just it is what it is. So he has to clean that up. I mean, 2 weeks in a row. That's the only reason I pick on Sanders because 2 weeks in a row he missed a crucial kick that could have cost us the game. But he missed an extra point last week. The defense stood up and protected him. This week, I mean, I know a 55-yard field goal is not a given, especially after he had the one blocked. So that's probably in his mind. So he wants to avoid that guy coming in again, and he just shanked it, unfortunately, way to the left. But it is what it is. We're 2-0. I love nitpicking about this little stuff after a victory because we're 2-0, and now it's a lot easier to say, "Oh, Sanders missed some kicks." I'm going to the game next week, so it should be
Yeah.
fun. I really wanted to be that atmosphere. It's the team that lives near you. I mean, plays near you. The Broncos traveling across the country. Maybe you can sneak on their team plane, Justin, and come join us here and just act like one of the equipment managers for a few minutes. Be carrying all the stuff, get on the plane, and come down to South Florida.
Yeah, that
So yeah, that'd be good, man. But anyway, hey, Adam. Yes, happy Victory Monday to you, Adam, and Big Fins up. So, like I said, really, just not much in this picked in this game. It was overall, it was a good game. Some people stepped up. I'm the first one to rip Chubb sometimes. Chubb helped the club last night. He came up, got the strip, had a sack, and that was all hustle, like you said, on that play, because a lot of guys could have just given up on that play once it's past their area. He ran that down, stripped the ball. We get the ball, ends the Patriots drive because they were moving the ball on that drive. And it was good play, Chubb. If he doesn't, and he did get a lot more pressure yesterday. Granted, New England was probably playing their B unit along the offensive line, but Miami did, in the NFL, we did that last year almost every week, and teams, they don't care, so we can't care that,
did
someone's backups are in there.
Did you see Chubb's last snap on that fourth down play? The fourth down where they pitched it back and was trying to get the yards and they came up short.
Yeah.
Chubb's rep on that play right there is exactly why you paid him the money. Even before the rep went off, I told myself and said it out loud. I was like, if you want to get paid all this money and you're one of the highest paid guys on the football team, this is the snap you need to show why. He
Yeah.
lined right up over the A gap and muscled his way in between the center and the guard and went right after the quarterback.
Yeah, so that made that quick throw out to Gesicki.
It was
If Gesicki would have broken that tackle there, I would have given up football. I would have said, okay, he never breaks one tackle in Miami, and then we're bringing him down. But I don't. My son was saying he wasn't smart enough to do that in Miami. He would have just fallen, and that would have been the end. Here he chucked, he loud the ball. He goes, he never did that in Miami. He would have just taken the hit, fell down, and game over. But here he loud the ball.
If Mike Gesicki would have broken that tackle right there, it would have been the second tackle he's ever broken in his NFL career. I been tackled right there.
I know. So I was like, oh no. But hey, it's obviously they made a plan. They got the ball to Parker a lot. They got the ball to Gesicki a lot. They obviously had a plan to stick it to the Dolphins. But hey, in the end, we got the dub. Come back to South Florida. I know if you got to go because I know you're waiting for your car at the oil place.
Good.
So
You're good.
all right.
I'm just doing
So
business down here.
yeah, hey, that's cool, man. So we're 2-0 on the road, and I don't care what you say. New England going up in Foxborough. Yes, they're not the old Tom Brady, Brady and all these guys, Patriots, but they're still a tough team to beat on the road at night, prime time in their house. But we went in there, snatched the victory. They never even had the lead. We just took that control and we're basically in control, but it's one of those games like you're like scratching your head at the end, or how are they going for the game tying, or possibly going for two at the end? How is this happening? But we stepped up when we had to. 2-0, never relinquish the league this week, and come back, and we should, have a favorable matchup against the Broncos. But it's the NFL, so no, I'm not counting any chickens yet. Broncos showed they can.
Any given Sunday, baby.
Yeah, any given Sunday. So just get ready. And I think this coaching staff will be, because this could be like, I don't believe in trap games, but this could be this is a definition of a trap game coming up, because right after that, you got Buffalo on the road again. And, so it's just like, we got Denver at home. Then we got Buffalo. And then, so just go out there. Don't even worry about Buffalo until you beat Denver. Then you talk about beating Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I think we got the coaching staff to do that.
Not only that, too, but another thing you can take out of this game, and you can put it in your hat, and you can be like, man, this is great. Ender, what's up, buddy? Is that we came out of the game, I would imagine, a little bit unscathed on the injury front. I know Waddle took a hit on the head, and they're going to talk about that a little bit later today. I think he'll be all right. He got up, walked off under his own power.
Right.
we're getting really lucky here. We're coming out of games not having no big injuries. It's
Yeah,
nice. I will say this and point this out that I did notice in the game. Um, Devon Achane got himself a little bit of spin during the game.
yeah,
He had
he
himself like
did.
4 or 5 carries, had a catch. Um, Obviously, Cam Smith, I seen him on the field, had some spin on special teams. So they're starting to bring the rookies along slowly but surely. I seen
Yeah,
with the Jalen Phillips not being in the game, they actually activated and called up Chase Winovich was out of there on the field. I seen him on special teams as well.
yeah,
So maybe they'll get some of these guys acclimated and get them into the lineup, start rolling them in and out slowly but surely. We have a stacked football team right now. If we can keep all the starters in as freshly as possible, it'll be awesome. And I don't think anybody's brought this up. Maybe a couple people, but we're doing all of this right now with no Teron Armstead and no Robert Jones. Two of our best offensive linemen are out of the lineup, not
yeah.
even starting lineup, and we're still running the football, protecting our quarterback. I'm enjoying everything I'm seeing right now because from the line of scrimmage standpoint, this is what I want to do. I
Right.
wanna win off the line of scrimmage, and I want to complete yards. I want to score points, and we're doing that.
Yeah. No, you're right, Scotty. In today's NFL, that is definitely an illegal hit that they did on Waddle. He did get called for it. Belichick was pissed that he got called for it. But I'm like, even if it had been a questionable call, I'm like, Belichick, you just got every single call go your way. That's football. Sometimes we got to get one too. But that was definitely, in the old days, yes, that's probably not. But like Scotty says, he led, he launched himself into him. And I mean, you're going to get flagged 9 out of 10 times if you do that in today's NFL. That's
Yeah,
just how it is.
definition of the rule right there is if you can avoid that kind of hit, then you need to do so. You can't go head to head.
Right, and he could definitely have avoided that because the Judon made a nice play or whatever on the ball. That was a clean, but for him to come in after and do the dirt, that was just nothing. No reason for that. The ball was already not going to be caught. He knew the ball and he just wanted to hit Waddle, and he did, and they paid for it. And
Yeah.
hey, DB, is in the house. Thank you, DB. Make sure you hit
So,
that thumbs up when you're doing your fins up. And if you like our channel, make sure you tackle the subscribe button for us. But anyway, so Justin, I know you're like I said, doing your cars. I'm trying to get all your thoughts before you leave. So what do you think of the running game? Were you happy with that they stuck with it? And Mozart was the seemed to be the bellwether back last night.
yeah, I'm happy they did. I'm happy they stuck with the running game. In fact, right when they had that big run and sprung that run on the inside zone right there,
Yeah.
I was calling for it. I was like, man, run the ball right here, run the ball. In fact, as soon as he hit the hole and went through it, I was jumping up like, go, 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 go.
Yeah, I know. And you knew he was going. He could have gone 80 yards if it would have been an 80. No one was catching that.
Fast. He's
Yeah,
fast. He looks like he's got some more umph to him too when he carries the rock. Like he's running a little harder. Uh,
yeah,
I like the running game right now. I like the duo block they had to spring that right there. It's looking really good. Let's just keep everything moving, man.
yeah,
Mike McDaniel's right now is very much improving as a play caller.
yep. And hey, just that's what Scotty just said. McDaniel genius, outside zone all night, then boom,
And boom,
inside
inside.
trap.
Yep. Yeah, that's how you do it too, man. Is you
Yeah,
like they've been playing our outside zone all night, then you reverse it and be like, well, let's see what they do on an inside zone run. So it worked out really good, man. They trapped it all up there in the middle. You had those duo blocks from Connor Williams and Hunt, and they carried it all the way up to the second level. Opened up and parted the sea for Raheem Mostert, and Mostert did the rest.
no, he's good, man. I'm telling you, this guy could end up having a really, really good season for the Dolphins. Like I said, big, because as long as our weapons on the outside stays healthy and teams can't take him away, that's going to be, because there's no way you can put a whole bunch of guys in the box against Miami, or you're going to be losing 50 to, So as long as they can't, we don't lose those outside weapons and they can't stack the ball. I mean, he should have a good, pretty good season. Just he's not going to be the guy, we're just going to pound the ball, tote it, be the majority leader of, carries in the NFL from week to week. But he can get your big chunk yardage, constant yardage when you're just trying to keep, the balance. And I liked it. So he can give you that. And that showed last night, man. I just love it. It showed if he gets that, no one's catching him. He's fast. I mean, he's sprinter speed fast, and that's what makes it very, speed kills, as they say.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you notice the Dolphins offense last night, they were finding things out about their team that I don't know if they knew it yet, but now they know. And like on short yardage routes and short situations, fourth downs, third downs, they have this play they like to run on the outside with Durham Smythe and Waddle, obviously, and Hill, and they'll use it and they'll like split everything down and make it smaller in spaces, or they'll reverse that and stretch it out and make it you have to cover more of it. But I'm noticing they have this like little flat out they're running with Durham Smythe that it's literally a first down on every time they throw it over there.
Yeah,
The manipulation of the play calls and the way they're stretching the defenses out on those, which would be horizontally stretching them, makes
right,
it so hard to guard. It's like literally on a third down or fourth down, if they have like a RPO run action like that and like
right.
dress it like that and move it to that side, you won't be able to cover it because Tyreek will be out there and you'll have to move in order to cover Tyreek, and then Smythe is going to be wide open on every snap.
Yeah, no, I agree. And thank you, Ender. He's telling people to tackle the fins up button. Rob, you're the
Yeah,
man.
hit
Ender,
that.
you're the man. You're the man. And Scotty, as acing seeing some reps is nice. He still looks a little nervous out there. Got to get rid of those jitters.
Yeah, he's
So
the rookie. That's going to happen, man.
yeah, so hopefully he does. And then yeah, so but he showed that burst. He actually broke a tackle, moved forward, and we know on one of the runs, it ended up getting called back because I think we had a hold or whatever. But it was a nice. He showed some good burst, so I'm
I
hoping to get
personally think
see.
he just needs some more spin. He just needs more reps. He
Yeah,
just
I
needs
know.
to get into the feel of the game, the NFL, and the speed of it. He needs
Yeah,
more reps. Yeah.
yeah, I know. I did see that Scotty were calling for kind of. Oh, there's Tua's favorite play again. It's just like, hey, but if they're gonna give it to you, it's like he said, he knows that's it. So I
Yeah,
don't care,
the
man.
play he's talking about right there would be that I forgot what they call it, like split rail action or whatever they call it. To where
Right,
he'll run like an RPO and a rail off of it, and then they'll have the little swing. It's the one I just described to you with Smythe to the outside. Yeah,
right,
that's the favorite play they like to run with that RPO action. Now this being said, if we see it right and Chris Collinsworth sees it, that means the rest of the league sees it too. So they know
right,
that that's Tua's favorite play. So from right there, you need to incorporate more off the play now. Now you need to change that the way he dressed up that screen last night and then slipped
right,
that tunnel screen underneath to Waddle. Now you need to see the next version of this play we're doing here. So then when
right,
they come up and try to counter that, we're ready with something.
right.
See,
No,
this
that
is
was
what
a
I'm
good view.
this is what I'm liking from the coaching staff so far that I'm noticing is even last night when they had that 10-second runoff, Mike McDaniel already had two plays called up in the headset. They were going over he had his paper up, everything was
Yeah,
going. And they had the plays up and they were ready. And that's what I like about it right now is that they seem that they have an answer for everything right now. And I love that.
yeah,
You have to have that.
yeah. And then Scotty again says he threw to a different receiver every time he ran his favorite play. That does
Yeah,
change.
that's
So
good.
that's good.
That's good.
Yeah,
That means
that's
he's
good.
not telecasting where he's going with the ball.
And speaking of different receivers, man, that pass to Braxton Berrios right
Oh,
there near the goal line,
that was
that
that was
another pass that you couldn't run and put it there any better. Just like his touchdown pass to end the game last week. This pass, you couldn't run it. Only he could get it, or it was going to be an incomplete play. Either Braxton Berrios was catching that ball, or it was going to be an incomplete pass. And
yeah.
he just, I mean, to me, it was a thing of beauty. I mean, it's just,
The touch he had on that pass to layer it over the defender and put it in the bucket like that,
yeah,
man. Those are things you just can't teach right there. You're born with that kind of talent, and this kid is.
yeah,
Another pass I want to say the same way was the one to Tyreek Hill on the goal line. Of course, they used that quick motion out with Smythe to move the defender. But man, honestly, he couldn't have handed it to Tyreek any better than he threw it to him. It was pinpoint right
yeah,
where it needed to be. Beautiful pass.
yeah. I know that this is a flaw in the rule. I agree, Scotty. It didn't hurt us last night, but that 10-second runoff was total BS. It was no impact on us, but
That's
the
the new
refs missed the call.
NFL.
It's not. I know it's not our fault because can you imagine if that would have happened only if like 8 seconds left and they ran off? We went in, we would have had time to go. But they're the ones that said it was out of bounds, so we weren't in any hurry. Then they were saying, I mean, that he was out of bounds, so it stopped the clock. That he had, then they said, well, after further review, he didn't, his knee came down inbound, so he's inbound, so we're going to do a 10-second runoff. It's not our fault they stopped the freaking clock. That to me is like, I know why they do it, but it's just to me there. If it's a referee fault, they should just say, okay, we eat that one, and you got the time that we thought you had. I mean, really.
I mean, there was a couple of ticky-tack pass interference calls I thought on Eli Apple where I was like, oh, that happens on every damn play.
Well,
I really did.
especially that one towards the end of the game. I think maybe it was Devontae Parr. I forget. It was, on the next play, he ended up getting beat and the guy caught the ball. But right before that, he got, yeah, I mean, he just barely touched the guy. The ball was way over the guy's head, too, and,
That happens
whatever.
on every damn play. I'm sorry, but it really does. Like, all he did was have a hand, like, hooked onto his hip down here like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's to me, it's not pass interference. But
Yeah,
whatever.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't even want to hear any New England fan. And I live right next door, right over here. I live next to a New England fan. He's a teacher, so I missed him going out to his job this morning. But when I see him later today, I'm going to say, how about that game? And if he complains about, because I know a couple of them are in line, we're complaining about, I'm going to give you a break. What? Because you get one call, maybe go against you.
Yeah,
And
but
at the end of
I
the game,
honestly, no, man. Even the holding call they had on the Connor Williams, I think it was, where he came out there and like let the dude go just a little late. Like, dude, that wasn't holding either. Like, he barely even touched the dude in the back, and they call block in the back. Like, no, bro, that's a terrible call. But those are the kind of things that are gonna happen, dude, on like
Well,
games
no,
like this.
it's going to happen. That's why they always say, don't count on the referees to save you or hurt you. You take care of your own business. For 2 straight weeks, we've gone out there taking care of our own business. And hey, guys, Finns Talk Sports Network, good channel. Check them
Who's
out.
that dude? No, I'm just playing.
24-17. Yes, I get some kudos. That was my exact score
Good job,
prediction.
man.
Hey,
Guess
every
score
so
of the
often,
game.
that's it. That's my one. I'm gonna do a George Costanza and walk out the door and never make another prediction again. Like when someone says, "Hey, the next time you say a good joke, just walk out because you're not gonna get past that." That's it. No more score predictions from me. You're gonna just remember the 24-17 one from here on out. So, but anyway, like I say, this is a great time to be a Dolphins fan. I think we're starting to see what we all think can happen. We're well balanced on offense. Fangio's defense stepped up. Yes, I'm not going to write them home as a great because they did play the B-rated offensive line for the most part yesterday with the Patriots having a lot of guys out. But that's the NFL. They took advantage of that situation. So I'm just looking. I mean, it's so great. We've won two different styles of football games. And yes, Bobby, if you're listening, I know your good pal Evan is probably sweating over Jason Sanders. I actually wrote about Jason Sanders right at the end of my blog article talking about the Dolphins win. He's missed two crucial ticks. We've already covered it, but I do think about, I can't help but think about Evan every time I see Sanders. It's like one and one.
You
It's just they
know,
go together. Like,
for the kicks that Sanders missed, I understand he missed the PAT last week and he missed this long, like 55-yard
yeah, it was
field goal.
55. Yeah.
But y'all need to realize this: the special teams has looked better at both weeks. It's improving.
Yes.
Every time he had a kickoff, it went through the end zone and into the end zone for a touchback. He's doing this. He's doing his part. Yeah, it isn't working out for him. It's one of the hardest jobs in the NFL is to get up there and make a kick like that in clutch situations. So I understand everybody's frustrations with the guy, but what are you going to do? You're going to go out there and sign that one kid that was that York, that you want to get Cade York off of a practice squad, because that's about all that's out there right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I say, I mean, and then I do, but yes, that's funny. Yeah. When one of the episodes where George Costanza
Can't
quit and then he
stand
just
you.
showed up like he never quit. They go, Timmy, didn't you quit yet? Oh, I was just, oh,
Didn't you?
but hey, it's just, yeah, I know it's good stuff. But yeah, man, and thank you so much, Justin, for joining me. I mean, when you're getting your oil change, because Steve is actually in Virginia visiting his newest grandson. So it's great. I thought I was going to run solo because I knew you. I actually reached out to you first because I know you and I normally do the Monday mornings at 10. but you said you had oil, but you came to talk football. So when you got
Not
to go,
wrong.
I understand. So it's all good. But anyway, hey, bottom line, 2-0, coming home against a team we should be favored against and should beat, but it doesn't mean anything because, like you say, any given Sunday, they made a movie after the name every given Sunday because you just never know. And I'll be at that game. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to be there. I was really wanting to have the Dolphins be 2-0 when I got there because it would have sucked if we were 0-2, but it even sucked at 1-1, but not as much. But 2-0, that place should be buzzing with excitement. Fans before the game, there's just going to be that extra little step in your step, like, oh, we're walking in the stadium as a 2-0 team, and finally a home game, and it should be nice. It's not easy, man, to win in the NFL. It's not easy to win 2 road games in the NFL, let alone to start
Two road
on the
games,
road.
dude. 2 road games in a row you won right there. They do that to us every year.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to lie. Out of these first 2 games, I didn't have us winning both. I thought we would split. So in order for us to pull both of these games out, I thought it was a miracle, honestly. So
No,
take it
hey,
with a grain of salt. Right now we're playing with house money. Let's just keep going, baby.
that's it, man. And I would love to go into Buffalo 3-0, and it should be, should be
Scotty,
nice.
great, bro. College kickers hitting 60+ yarders with ease.
Oh yeah, that one guy did. He hit that. I don't know about with ease, Scotty, but he did hit a 60-yarder to win the game. I can't believe he had a walked off
Oh,
60.
Mevis, you're talking about that Harrison Mevis kid, the kid I've been talking about now for 2 years, saying that kid's a weapon. Like the Missouri kicker, the
Oh, him. That was it. It was
Harrison,
that
yep, that's the
game.
kid I was mentioning. Harrison Mevis, man, he's a weapon. You have someone like that on your team, you get anywhere near your yard marker, you can
Okay,
use
you
it.
hear that, Jason Sanders? We got a guy in the brewing for next year later in the draft.
You'll have to draft pick. You'll have to draft him. You guarantee he's going in I could see him going as high as the 5th round, honestly.
Oh wow. Okay, so
He's
he's
a
that good.
he's a
All
weapon.
right.
He hit a 60-yarder to win it, dude. And I'm telling you now, it looked like it could have went in from 65. So
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I know. Hey, but like I say, hopefully Sanders does okay because the special teams has gotten better, but he just can't miss those kicks because at some point it's going to come in a game that it's all on the line. The last 2 weeks we've won, so it doesn't. It kind of gets overshadowed. But can you imagine? And if we were 0-2 right now because of a couple of those missed kicks, I mean, he'd be getting crucified. He'd
yikes.
be getting crucified. But at 2-0, you can just kind of say, "Oh, all right, let's laugh and get another kicker." So let's see. With no, I know, I agree, man. That was a great kick, and there was some good college football. Hey, you're Colorado Buffaloes. They eked out the win, but they're two. I mean, they're still stay undefeated, and
Baby.
that, hey, that was a very close game. I went to bed way before that game.
I was up all
Oh,
night watching that game, man. Like falling
yeah.
asleep, yawning. I was up till
It
12:30.
started at 10 o'clock here on the East
Double
Coast. Way too
overtime,
old.
dude. It was
I didn't get to
sensational.
see like Bobby's and all their guys post game. Way too late. I have to go to
Oh,
bed
it
at
was
that time.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not. I truly dis. Oh, he doesn't like. So Scotty, who's normally very positive, he's not a Sanders guy either. So that is good to hear. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know, man. I lost my train of thought now, but because of the kicker stuff again. But hey, no, you're right, man. This is awesome feeling. What were you saying, Justin? I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're good, man.
Yeah. So hey, end of the day, 2-0. Buffalo got back on the winning column. The
Yep.
Jets lost yesterday, but I mean, oh my God, that I'm not a guy that normally watches a lot of NFL, but I had so much time to kill. Yeah, I went fishing in the morning, so that was good. But I got home for some of the afternoon and
That's
all that.
nice.
And that Nick, I probably Parsons on the Cowboys, man. That guy reminds me of Lawrence Taylor. Yes, I'm that old. That guy he's a game changer. I haven't seen someone like him for many moons, man. God, I was the draft gods had gifted him to us because man, that man can play football. He's a game changer. He's like Tyreek Hill on the defense. He's just a game changer. It's like you got to account for him. That guy comes all and I don't like.
He's the
The
game right.
Cowboys are my least favorite team outside the division rivals. The Cowboys are my least favorite team, so it pains me to say it. But man, that man can play football. He's impressive.
Yeah, he is, man. I'll be honest. I think I missed on that one right there. When I first scouted him, I didn't think he was that explosive, but he obviously is, man. He changes things. He's a game wrecker. When he's highly motivated, I don't think that there's a lot of people who can block him one on one.
Yeah,
Just like Tyreek can't be guarded one on one, Micah
yeah.
Parsons shouldn't be left one on one. You should
Oh
probably
no, he's
double him
definitely someone you got to know where he is on the field at all times.
at
If
all
you're,
times. He's like Aaron Donald. You might want to put two on that guy.
yeah, I know that's crazy. So, but anyway, so the Jets are still a decent team though because of their defense. But as it showed yesterday, they can give up points and stuff. If the other defense is holding them to nothing, they're not gonna do well. So that's what's going to be the key to beating the Jets. You just can't let this kid Wilson beat you and all that. You just gotta play tough because their defense will. But you can put. So I do think Miami, if Tua, is in there, I think we can move the ball on the Jets. They're going to be really tough though. Buffalo's just going to be the big test coming up soon, but I'm not looking past them because I'm not looking to that game yet because Broncos are on the horizon, and that's the game I'm going to. So let's have fun talking about that game this week. But boy, that Buffalo game is starting to be on the horizon. The ship is
Yeah.
sailing. You see the Broncos right here on the little island, but the big land is, coming. Buffalo land is up next on your cruise. So should be a fun couple weeks here in Miami Dolphin land. So
Yeah, sure. Let's just keep everything rolling the way we got it right now.
yeah,
Everything keeps going the way we got it right now. We'll be just fine.
yeah,
The biggest surprise for me, honestly, for the whole team is the offensive line. Um, they're moving and grooving right now, blocking anything that's in front of them. Um, I love it. So just keep
yeah.
blocking, keep doing your thing. And
No, hey, Lamb is stepping up. It's made. Hey, Crazy Dolphin, welcome to the show. Um, Yeah, Lamb has stepped up and played well. He's basically, I think he's tired of people saying, "Oh, you're just a journeyman." He's showing he can play in the NFL. He's been around a long time, and he's now showing that, hey, I can play when called upon. And
looks like a starter to me.
yeah. Hey, I know. I'm telling you, man. And then Armstead was close, they said. So I'm assuming being back at home that he may be ready to play. He traveled with the team, and then he was, they said, game day decision to let him get one more week of rest because he hasn't had all the reps. If he practices, I'm assuming Armstead is going to be back in the lineup. But it's good to know that you got Lamb that can be in there because last year, like every time Armstead, you're just like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? It's like a nightmare every week. Like we're gonna get killed. At least if Armstead's gonna have to miss some more time here and there. That Lamb can step in there and
You,
perform at
you
a
know,
good.
I know no one probably wants to hear this kind of an answer, especially coming out of me, but I said it last week. I'll probably say it again this week, but I probably still roll with the hot hand. I know everybody wants Armstead in there. We're paying him a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But what's one more week? Go ahead and let him sit down and get fully rested, get some
Yeah,
more practice reps behind him, and then when he's really ready, put him in.
that's
I
more or
keep,
less what Omar Kelly said this morning on the Joe Rose
yeah,
show.
I keep rolling with Kendall Lamb,
He
honestly.
said that he goes, you're only going to get like 14 something games out of him. So why
Yep.
not like make those 14 at the end of the season?
Yep, make it count, man. That's what I see. Is I envision Turn Armstead coming in when we really need him, and I can just close my eyes and see him in a playoff game, and we really need games. Him locking down a wall over there for our quarterback and giving him time to make all the throws he needs, and that's what I need to see, and that's what I hope happens.
Yeah, me too, man. I hope so too. But like Scotty said last week, when Armstead's healthy, he's probably going to be there because he's one of the top 3, 4, 5 offensive tackles in the NFL. But hey, it's a good problem to have. I'd rather have that problem than please, please, Armstead play like we wore last year. Just please somehow go out there 80% and just play. It's good to know that we got a guy that can go out and can play at a good level if Armstead happens to be out. And it's so great, man, seeing Tua. I'm going to go back to Tua. I know it's a quarterback league, so I'm going to make this a quarterback show. But
Scotty,
who
dude,
do?
you're on fire again, bro.
Yeah,
Yes. what he's saying right here is what I uttered at the beginning of the season. Like all this talk about Kansas Cities and Buffaloes and the Jets and Aaron Rodgers and all this crap. Like, if the Dolphins just focus on us, it's about us. It's not about
Right.
anybody else. It's about us, the Miami Dolphins. If we just keep everything in house, focus on us, this is our season. No one will get in
Yep.
our way as long as we handle our business each and every week the way they just did last night. When the
Yeah.
game comes down to it, they run for the first downs. When you need a clutch catch, you get the clutch catch, like Waddle on the sideline, that deep one that was clutch. Stuff
Yeah.
like that. When you need a key stop, you get a key stop. Andrew Van Ginkel coming up when Jalen Phillips couldn't play.
Yep.
We're getting guys to step up when we need to. And like he said, as long as we show improve week to week, the only team stopping this team is us, is our team. So
Yeah.
I
No,
got a
I
great
agree.
feeling right
This
now.
is
Let's keep riding this out, baby.
You know me, I always say I've been around too long and I always worrying about the next shoe to drop and like, oh, if it can go wrong for the Dolphins, it will go wrong for the Dolphins. But even I'm starting to believe because I just feel like this team has this little air of confidence behind them that other Dolphins teams have lacked. Because a lot of teams have had good talent over the years, but they just don't lack that charisma, that little oomph. Like they expect to win. This Dolphin team expects to win, and I like that. You know.
What's the one thing right now as Dolphins fans, all of us, you can pick any unit you want. What's the one thing you can hang your hat on right now on this Dolphins team?
All what the passing game or what? I mean, what did you know or what? What do you mean? So
Like
yeah, I don't know
what can you stand behind and you're like what you can you hang your hat on and be like, well, I know that's coming for me. At least in these last first 2 weeks of the season, it's been the offensive line. The
Oh, the
offensive
offensive line,
line
yes.
the offensive
Okay.
line is what makes you feeling like you're feeling right now. Like we got something special here. We have something we're building on here.
Okay.
We have that extra little umph. It's because
Yeah,
we
right.
have the offensive line. I've been
Yeah,
pounding
there you
the
go. Okay, I
table.
see what you're getting to. I thought like our greatest asset so far has been the passing, but I see what you're saying. Something that's a little different that's changed. I get what you're saying. So yes, you can definitely do that because the offensive line is the key to any offense. You know, because I know all the fantasy football players loves the quarterbacks, the running backs, and the receivers, but without those big studs in front of them, those guys don't get the numbers that they get.
Exactly.
So
That's the
no,
one
so
thing right now I can see that's the difference is the offensive line.
And they just have that little air of confidence. Even McDaniel, like him joking with the cameraman and running with the camera away. It's just like this little, you know what? We're here, we're having fun, but we're also damn good, and we're gonna let people know we're damn good because you just always feel like this team's in it. I liked it. Hey, hooked up Joe, thank you and welcome. Let's see what he was happy to see a run game in the D show up versus another two. Yes, hooked up Joe, 100% right. That's why I say we're 2-0 with completely different styles of victories. I love it. It shows that we can win a defensive game, we can win a running game, we can win a shootout if needed. And it just shows that we can step up there because when we go against the Kansas Cities, we're going to have to win a shootout. But then we go against the Jets, we're probably going to have to win a grinded out, dirty, hard fought game down to the end. So I do agree that we can probably match points against Buffalo because it's going to be like that against Buffalo. So it's going to be we can match them, but then like when we have to get down and dirty and play defense on the road, we can do it. Yeah, I really do love it. And hey, hook it up, John. Thank you for coming. I've seen you in other shows. Thank you for finding my channel. If you're new here for the first time, I would love a subscribe if we earn it. And of course, only if we earn it, just like our Dolphins are earning victories out there on the field. But hey, we're almost at the end, man. You gave me your whole time, man. I did not think when you're getting your oil change there that
Yeah,
I would get your whole time because thank you so much, Justin, for
yeah, no
dropping
problem,
in.
man.
So we would try to do another show this week, Justin, fitting it in your morning schedule, and we would talk more about the Broncos. But today it's all about beating the New England Patriots, running our record to 2-0.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Always good to find more Dolphin fans to talk to. You're more like a team member here than a subscriber because we're just a small channel trying to have fun, talk to other Dolphin fans. There's 1,000 other channels out there. We have I know, Scotty. We have put up the offensive numbers, and last night, like I said, we were really off to it. In the first half, they couldn't even stop us. Second half, kind of. I think Justin, your car's almost ready, or I see you looking over
Let
there
it
with
move it around.
I see you with a smile on your face. So, but hey,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
2
I
and
have a smile
0.
on my face as you're talking about that offense and how good it is.
Yeah, I know it is, man. Hey, there's your buddy right there, Chris
What's
Mountjoy's in the
up,
house.
Mountjoy? What's up, Chris? That's my buddy right there. Great long
Yeah,
right there. Thanks, man. We appreciate it, dude. Fins up.
yeah. Hey, thank you, Chris. And getting that like on the Facebook page. That's awesome. I never get much love over there on the Facebook page. Thank you so much, Chris.
We
But
appreciate.
So anyway, any final thoughts? I'm going to wrap this show up here, and Dolphins are 2-0, two different styles of victories. We had the offensive shootout last week. This week we had the better defensive performance, a better running game. Mozart went over 100 yards, had the nice long touchdown run, had two rushing touchdowns. So it was fun. Van Ginkel, Chubb, all these guys that stepped up. And I pick on Chubb sometimes, not because of the player, but because of what we gave up and the money. Sometimes I do. Probably the guy I'm the hardest on for all the Dolphins. We all have our one guy we picked on, but Chubb. Hey, welcome to the club. Last night he helped the game. That hustle play where he did the strip, I loved it, man. That was good, and he had the sack, and he really last night to me. That man, he showed that he wanted to, erase any doubt and what the defense had in that first week. And
He
I give
motivated.
him kudos where kudos is deserved. I pick on him at times, so when he gets kudos, I have to give him, and he's going to get a helmet sticker from Dolphins Thirsty website this week. So he definitely,
Absolutely.
yeah, he definitely gets one. So you know. And yes, 60 points in two road games, and we definitely left some points on the field still. And if you start cleaning that up, which I'm sure McDaniel, that's what he's focusing on. That's the thing I like about McDaniel. He will be the nice players coach that sometimes drives Justin crazy because Justin likes that. But I do believe he does focus on the negative in the games. Like when they look at the film, he's not going to say, "Oh, look at that beautiful 80-yard touchdown play." He's going to say, "Oh, look, we missed this, we missed that. Tua, you could have had that throw. Oh, you got to make that catch there. You got to make this block." And he does call little things out because him and last week as close as he would never call individual players out. But I remember last week after the game, he goes, "What do you think about the defense?" He goes, "Oh, I think we had a lot of individuals out there playing what they wanted to do instead of sticking to their assignments." Last night, when he complimented him, he goes, "Oh, look at these guys. They stuck with their assignments and look what happens." I saw a lot
Yeah.
of guys out there sticking to their assignments,
Oh.
and, it's a lot better result. So I think that's really cool.
No, I agree, and with what Scotty said right there too, I agree with that. We put up 60 points in two road games that we've played so far. I'll be honest with you, things are just going to get better and better. The offense is going to get better, more deadly, if you can even imagine it being more
Yeah.
deadly. Did I put the parts
Oh,
for?
that's our Buffalo Bills fan, Michael K, coming into the house. It's okay. It's okay, Michael K. But if you
Can't have
look
a
up,
30
you'll see.
defense. There's only 32 teams in the league.
I know that's why he's being. That's why he's being sarcastic. I'm sure. But it's like, hey, you know what?
We'll see
It's all
in
good.
2 weeks.
The good thing about this Buffalo Bill fan. He comes in and he always throws a thumbs up button and always gives us, you know. Okay, he says
Local crazy Bills fan.
23rd. Okay, he meant 23rd. I thought he was being silly on purpose. So, all right. So he just, but anyway, hey, 2-0. You guys are one
Who
and one.
knows?
You guys had a big bounce back victory. Your Buffalo Bills. Who do you guys play next week, Scotty? No, honestly, I don't even know. I didn't even look
I don't
yet.
know who they play either.
I know we play the Broncos. I don't even know who Buffalo plays next week. And then it's going to be the division showdown. And I don't even want to hear my Michael K come in here for a week because we're going to fight. So, but it's all good, man. He's always in here, so I don't mind. Yeah, let's see. He calls players out outside in. So yeah, if you don't do your job, you get below and you would give you call out in front of. Yes, I agree, man. And you know that's how it has to be, man. I like I said, we're oh they got the Commanders next up. All right, so you guys would
Ooh.
be 2-1 heading in.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'll take the Redskins right there. I'm not gonna call them the Commanders either. That's the Redskins.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Washington. Honestly, I really will.
Wow. Okay, I see the Bills winning that one. I know the Washington. I know
I'll take
it's hard for me not to
I'll
say
take the
Washington
Redskins.
Redskins. It is no offense to anyone. I still say the San Diego Chargers. I still want to say the Oakland Raiders.
Dude,
So it's just
there's Indian organizations and groups that are petitioning the NFL to bring the name back to
Yeah,
the
I
Red.
know. I saw that. Yeah, they wanted the name. They never wanted it. It's like other people deciding what other people want and what's right and wrong. So it's
Yeah, they
silly
decide
stuff.
what you want and what's right and wrong in your life, not you.
Yeah, I know. So it's crazy. But anyway, we won't get into all that craziness.
Yeah,
Joe Robbie Stadium. That's what I still like to call it. Joe
that's what
Robbie
I still call it.
Stadium.
I still call it Joe Robbie.
Because he was one guy that did it his way. Yes, he wasn't always the most expensive, but didn't get the biggest contracts out to players over the years. But that man got a stadium. Hey, I let you go, Justin. It's time to wrap up anyway, and it looks
All
like
right,
your
man. I'll
car
talk to you later, dude. Peace.
later. Thank you, man. Fins
Yep,
up. We'll do
anytime.
a show later this week.
All right.
All right, later. All right, guys, that's about it. Thank you so much for all the new ones that found us. Thank you for the regulars. You guys all rock. And like I said, we'll talk more about Denver this week. But hey, our 2-0 Dolphins, and yes, Michael K, I do realize we got your team coming up, getting close to the horizon, but not there yet. So it should be fun. I would like to know if Michael K, if you ever even go into Buffalo Bill. I've asked you that before, I said, but you're always in Miami Dolphin fan sites. I wonder if you ever go into the Buffalo Bills fan sites. But anyway, hey, all right, that's funny. And I know what some 420 is to reference, but it's also the number of career touchdown passes that Dan Marino tossed. So that's perfect. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Fins up. Dolphins 2-0. First home game coming up this week against the Broncos of Denver. It's going to be a good matchup, but I'm thinking the Dolphins get to 3-0, and I'm sure you guys too. Fins up, thumbs up. Have a great Monday and victory Monday at that.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won.